I'm live. I'm live. YouTube isn't fucking up like it was last week. I'm gonna watch Next Day Air. Hi, Align 10 Man. I see you. Hi, Just Nicole. Hi, Michelle's daughter. I'm gonna watch Next Day Air. Hi, Elevated Goddess. And then next week, I'm gonna watch A Wrinkle in Time. And I'm gonna take a shot every single time the little girl says, "No, Charles Wallace." I'm gonna take a shot every time. I'm gonna be drunk within the first like 45 minutes. Hi, Queen. It's Queen's birthday today. Happy birthday, Queen. Hi, the boy in blue. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Sasha. So, I'm gonna watch Next Day Air again, just so you guys know. And next week, A Wrinkle in Time. And I'm gonna take a shot every single time he says, "No, Charles Wallace." It's Queen with the threes. I just realized it's Queen with the threes. Next Day Air. You guys see me pulling out knots? That is such a horrible habit, isn't it? Yes, drunk bake. I think A Wrinkle in Time is on Netflix, but that's not this week, that's next week. I'm about to watch Next Day Air, which is what I was going to watch last week. Next Day Air. But I couldn't live stream last week because YouTube went down. YouTube was down for 3 hours. I'm not drinking right now. Next week, Kari. I don't have anything right now, but I'll probably have, I don't know, Jack or High Vans, whiskey or something. Yep, they was changing things. They were changing things, and YouTube went down, which is what always happens. But today, I'm going to watch Next Day Air. Hi. Why are people fasting? Because I know somebody else has been fasting. Is it a religious reason? Is it like something religious going on right now that I just don't know of? I'm about to watch Next Day Air, though. In like 5 minutes, I'm going to start. No, Charles Wallace! Oh, is it Ramadan right now? Every single time she says that, I'm going to take a shot. Because I remember being like, she just keeps saying the same thing over and over. So, but I'm about to watch Next Day Air, which I haven't seen in a while. Like, I haven't seen this in it like a minute. A hot minute. So I'm just waiting, but I'm going to start in a couple minutes. I'm pretty sure A Wrinkle in Time for next week, I'm pretty sure it is on Netflix. It used to be. Oh, wow. You got some nerve fasting after getting this fat with your food suggestions. Justin is always talking about some fried donut stuffed with strawberry jam and frosted with buttercream hopes and dreams icing. Hi, Ori. Also, I'm getting ready to film season 2 of The Black Americans. Hi. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Sponge Dommy. I'm watching Next Day Air, for anyone wondering. That's what I'm going to watch. Next Day Air, which I haven't seen in a minute. And I'm kind of hyped. Because I remember this movie being pretty funny. A Wrinkle in Time is on Netflix, or Next Day Air is on Netflix? Probably A Wrinkle in Time. Because I know it used to be. But Next Day Air used to be too, but that was like a long time ago. It hasn't been on there for a while. You had a cookie and an Oreo brownie with Reese's whipped cream on top. Wow. A Wrinkle in Time. That's what I thought, Sasha. Today I have Wheat Thins yet again, because Wheat Thins are still like my new favorite pop and snack. Woo! Birthday. Today's also my good friend's birthday. She's a Gemini. A Wrinkle in Time next week. Wheat Thins are always good. A Wrinkle in Time next week. I'm about to watch Next Day Air. I'm starting in 3 minutes. A Wrinkle in Time is next week. And every single time she says, no Charles Wallace, I'm going to take a shot. So, Wheat Thins are not like eating razors. You on one. Have you ever actually tried Wheat Thins? Because they're delicious. They have a bad reputation for some reason. Like, as if they're not the shit. I'm a Sag. I don't know what shot yet. What we not gonna do is bash Wheat Thins. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not any day. Absolutely not. I don't know what I'm gonna have. I don't know. Something I could like drink. Wheat Thins are too good. I avoid. And it's so funny because they say they're indescribably delicious, which is accurate. With that movie, you're gonna be laid out. Don't do it. Reconsider. I'm gonna be drunk within literally the first 20 minutes. Because that little girl from A Wrinkle in Time cannot act for shit. Her whole acting just consisted of saying no Charles Wallace over and over. No Charles Wallace! No Charles Wallace! As soon as Reese Witherspoon like knocks on the door, like rings the doorbell 5 minutes into the movie, she just keeps saying over and over, no, 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 no. Don't open the door. What did I say about talking to strangers? Like, I'm going to be taking shots. We're not bashing Wheat Thins. Triscuits aren't bad. Wheat Thins are addictive. I like brown. Probably not clear, no. Folks are confusing Wheat Thins with Triscuits. Triscuits are like really hard and kind of like dry more, but I still like Triscuits. That's like not shade on Triscuits, but like the texture of Triscuits is different than the texture of Wheat Thins. I'm gonna start in 1 minute. Oh, I'm about to start. No, we're watching Next Day Air. I'm about to watch Next Day Air. Next week, I'm gonna watch Wrinkle in Time, and I'm gonna take a shot every time she says no Charles Wallace. That's next week. Next week is A Wrinkle in Time, and it's on Netflix. But I'm about to watch Next Day Air right now. I'm putting it on. I'm pressing play. Somebody put a link earlier in the chat. Oh, wow. This one I'm watching looks like it's super HD, too. It looks really clear. It's a little loud. The one you're watching is super clear, too? Stormy, yeah. That's what they said. Storm Reed. Storm is her name. When Maya said that girl's acting was bad, my friends got upset, but she did nothing for me. She's a horrible actress. All the child actors were not good in that movie. I'm sorry. I've never had that, Align 10 Men. Is it good? Do you like it? Is it tasty? I've never had any kind of Wheat Thins except the plain ones. Whoa, 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 whoa. I ain't got nothing to do with this. You did have something to do with it. What the fuck am I doing here? Ooh, that was loud. I love Triscuits. Triscuits are like the cracker version of that shredded wheat cereal. Oh, what's the name of the cereal? Mini Wheats. And they come frosted too. Frosted Mini Wheats. You gonna join me in the challenge for next week, Davey? Woo! We're gonna have to take shots. We're gonna have to decide what we want to take shots of. Hi, Luciano. Next Day Air is not on Netflix. Wheat Thins. Hi. Frosted Mini Wheats are trash. Y'all gonna be drunk. Oh, I forgot that this movie took place in Philadelphia, too. Hell yeah, I'm sure. I know where I live. We are going to be drunk. We were talking about shots of Nouveau. How do you make chicken salad? I love frosted mini wheats because milk means they won't be dry. I like frosted mini wheats too. Hi, Sketchnificent. Fuck, man. What the fuck? Let me tell you what happened. Look at him crying. How do you make chicken salad? I actually eat frosted mini wheats dry. It's gotta be something. It's gonna be. No, we're not gonna drink some weak shit, Ori. No. We can't drink no weak shit. We gotta drink something good. Eating frosty mini wheats are like eating tiny barrels of hay. This is the most ratchet news lady I've ever seen. How do you guys feel about Philly as a city? Really never set it off at all. And the only thing stolen were the bank surveillance tapes. Idiots. Idiots stole surveillance tapes. Surveillance tapes? Look at Mike Epps. These niggas are dumb. I thought you said get the tapes. I said hit the safe. Davey posted the link. Cooked chicken, shredded or diced, mayo, sour cream, diced celery, green onions, diced grapes, and minced apples. So it had a little sweet kick. Cut up chicken. I thought it had cut up chicken. Celery, onion, bell pepper, mayo, season and taste. Hi, Mar. Anything with plain mini wheats. I'll be drinking with a White Claw, not trying to get alcohol poisoning. Oh, you never been to Philly? Hit the safe. Stop right there, Gooch. Get the tapes. Why would I throw you the trash bag and tell you to get the tapes? And the fucking bank teller went to get the money. And Mike Epps like pushed him over to the fucking get the tapes. The tapes. They robbed the bank for security tapes. I mean, technically, did they commit a crime? Did they commit a crime? What was the crime? Stealing tapes? And he locked the doors of the stolen car. These niggas are the world's dumbest idiots. Idiotic criminals. I think the pen is fucked up. This nigga's gun didn't work. Nigga's gum jammed. Stop pointing that gun at me. Oh, so they stole the tapes? That was a crime? He couldn't even get the gun to work. He's being chased by the rent-a-cop security guard. Seasoning, oregano, parsley, salt, pepper. Never been, but every time I think of Philly, I think of raspy voiced women and cool black Muslims. Woo, celebrating at home. Oh, bye, Just Nickel. Hi, Ebony. That nigga eating while robbing. I'm done eating honey buns. That's your boy. He told me you let him move in here. Don't neither one of them know this nigga. Hi, Queen Brittany. I'm watching Next Day Air. Never went to Philly, but my grandma used to live there. I know, I almost am, Queen. Woo! Barbecuing and having crabs. Y'all did. Y'all did. Tapes weren't theirs. Damn. That's yo boy. Hi, Jaren. He ain't say me. I don't even know this dude. Barbecue and crabs. I've never been to a Wawa in Philly. But why do we always end up talking about Wawas every single time? Look at Lauren London. Playing the packages girl. What's up? You not mad at me no more? I'm not, but I can't speak for Miss Jackson. She want to see you in office right now. You smell like weed right now. What? He's just a friend. Barton. His name's Barton. Ooh. 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 I'm in love, so do what you want to do with that. I should have never. Look at who his mom is, Miss Jackson. Look at who his mom is. This nigga mom is Debbie Allen. Now, god damn it. With the joint in your mouth. Use chicken breast or tenderloin seasonings. Eggs. Oh, put eggs in yours. Brett's thinking about weed. Ain't nobody stupid around here. Oh, I had some delicious crabs too recently. They were delicious. Philly is the best for cheesesteaks. Mom! Please don't fire me, Mom. A Wawa sub sandwich on Sundays always hits. Lauren so damn fine. I could never work with my mom. Miss Jackson. Too much personal with business, Mom, and an ex. Philly is head. Please, Mommy. Mom. I like Lauren's acting. I think she's a cute actress. I loved her in This Christmas. And I love her in ATL. I liked it. I think that's fair, Mommy. Look at Eric. Employee of the month. Eric be robbing people. He be robbing packages. Hi, Bailey. I like Lisa Raye, too. I love Lisa Raye in The Wood. He must think I'm playing. Like one of these Thelma and Louise bitches. Lisa Raye is hilarious. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not. I spent too much time on this damn makeup. Lisa Raye was hilarious in The Wood. Lauren knows how to pick her parts. She can't really act. She's just cute. Are you gonna go to Coney Island after you go thrifting? Look at Mike Epps. Look at dumbass. He really about to give the package to the wrong apartment. I used to live in this apartment building where that used to happen all the time. Like, can you at least just look at my package? Just look at my package. And see where my package is going. Look at Mike Epps. He trying to take it. He trying to take the blunt. He can't get it. Gooch, Gooch, Gooch. I got him, Gooch. Gooch. They did keep saying his name a lot. How many of y'all living and why? You trying to move to New York? Ain't this about a bitch? Lauren is the black girl next door. Low-key missed the old BA movies that were chock full of random celebs. I like Lisa Raye's acting for what it is. Lauren's got a very naturally sweet face, so the casting gets distracted if she's typecast. Yeah, man, the elevator works sometimes. Hello. I thought it was an album. Is it an album? Or is it an EP? I haven't heard it. Shea Butter Baby by Ari Lennox. Lauren and Lisa feel like the same character in almost any movie they're in, but I like their acting. You're 30 seconds behind. They're playing the game. I'm at 13 minutes. Right, I thought it was album. What, right. And he knocking on their door mad aggressive, and he like not even on the right door. And it has the fucking, like, it has the number on it. This nigga gonna sign for it and everything. This nigga know that's not their package. You know you smell like weed, right? Mm-hmm. Ugh. I got my hands full. This nigga just had his hand all up and down them pants. Nigga's disgusting. You know you smell like weed, right? Look, this nigga just delivered the package to the wrong place. Obviously, they got something there because the nigga's in there. He gonna spit in her food. You wasn't here. And you over here spazzing out for no reason. Because then he'll think it's lost. You do it. Lisa Raye snapped in the Proud Family movie. They're typecast, but Lisa Raye is all of us, and she still played her role. He had her whipped. She was doing everything for him. Don't call her from the house phone. I'll track it for you. I used to want to live in New York. Not from the house phone. Are you crazy? Go to a payphone. Watch who you talking to. I'm not one of your little flunkies. Our spot is hot. How was our spot hot? He spat in her eggs. She threw the eggs at the wall. I would have said the same thing though. Why you spat in my food? You're mad extra. Like, you don't have to spit in my food. And it's Jesus. It's Jesus to you, bitch. Your mother's the bitch. And she's tall, too. The girl. I wanted to live in NY because of living single. Lauren and Lisa Raye are typecast before they sing because they're typecasted so they never get to show true capability. Right, he's short. We'll watch the next day air. Lisa Raye had a chance to switch up in that series, All of Us. As a newly divorced single mom, she didn't do much different. Kari, I want to purchase a small home, have some land, and play with. I'm an outdoors person. I was just talking with my friend. She was talking about how she want to buy a tiny house. What do y'all think about that? About the tiny house, the tiny homes? She said she want to buy like an acre of land to put it on and just have her little tiny house and chill. I know that ain't what I think it is. I know this ain't that thing. Oh my God. Is it that thing? Is this what I think it is? I gotta be motherfucking dreaming right now. Is it that thing? Is it that thing? Tigger pulled out a knife. I can't believe this. We were talking about this. What would you do if something like this happened? Is it that thing? Is it's that thing? He putting it on his gums. It is. God sent that. He said, where did this come from? God sent that. God, nigga, what's on the box? This is a blessing. They got the wrong apartment. 303. That's them Puerto Rican dudes across the hall. We should have been to hit them. They was getting it like that. I can't believe it. I'm getting a new Escalade. I'm selling ounces, quarter ounces, 8 balls, 50, 20s. Tiny house sounds good. They're very convenient. I want a tiny house too. I don't need a huge house. I'm a lone wolf and I love nature. Tiny houses are real cute if you're by yourself. I want a tiny house in the world so everyone could leave me alone, Bailey. My mom and aunt want the same thing, owning land and having tiny homes in the future. So that's the wave, huh, Wanderlust? That's the wave? I feel it's kind of classist. Trailers serve the same purpose. Having a trailer instead of a tiny home. My friends just built one and are living in it with their newborn. How's that going? Cause he's my cousin, Gooch. It was your idea to rub your fucking cousin. Tiny houses are so cute. You can get mad creative with your own land. 2 to 3 cats and maybe a goat or a donkey. My friend wants some chickens. I don't understand why tiny houses are so expensive. I mean, well, in the grand scale of things of like how much a home costs, they're not that expensive. They only cost like what, $20,000 to $30,000, which that's not like a regular size home costs like three times that much. It was so much dust coming out her house. I thought the damn kitchen was on fire. Buddy. And he won't tell me his name. He won't tell you his name. What kind of shit is that? You asked him? I see, buddy. You have to be catching a contact high from this. All this fucking drug dust everywhere. Yep. Making it. Making the shit. And the foe. And foe in the mo. Turning 2 into foe. Foe in the mo. 21 minutes. 21 minutes. Sponge Dami. Y'all talking about taking trips to New York? I want a tiny house or a shipping container house. It's just a modern day trailer. I don't see the classism. Tiny spaces in general are overpriced. Those. I know. I don't curse. I got 10 bad bitches at the crib right now trying to fuck. How they look? Beautiful. You gonna love them. They your type of bitches. Niggas is talking in a whole code right now on the phone. You hear me, Shavu? Cause I get bitches. Cause they gonna be gone. Tiny home's been the way for a minute. in the architecture world since 2016 at least. Tiny house gang. What? Depends on where the houses are. No, I'm not considering purchasing a tiny house. Somebody else said. I'm not. They said the winter was kind of hard and this winter was somewhat mild, but overall they're saving so much. They're both smaller humans, though. I could barely fit. Look at most of robbing the packages. California is way too expensive across the board. I mean, but they're not exorbitantly priced. I don't think they're exorbitantly priced. If you know the cost of homes, I don't think they're exorbitantly priced. And they have ones that are kind of like those old school like craftsman homes that you build yourself. You can just buy a kit and build it yourself. I don't know. Maybe like $20,000-$30,000 like sounds like a lot of money. Not to say that it's not, because it is. But for something you're gonna live in, it's not. With a tiny home, how do you protect yourself from the weather or robbery? I would be shaking in my boots every day. Oh, tiny apartments. I'm talking about tiny homes, like the little houses. A tiny house is better than a tiny apartment, yeah. His girl waking up was hilarious, the boy in blue. She was like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? And she said, what? I think I might leave Texas and move to Atlanta in 2 years. I'm getting tired of living out here. Sketchnificent, Atlanta is really crowded. You know that, right? My best friend lives there. It is extremely crowded. And a lot of people are moving there. And that's driving the prices of everything up. I don't think all tiny homes are mobile. Some of them are. I don't think all of them are. Hi, Cho. What they gonna say? You stole my shit? I wish they would. I'd be on Larry King cry. It's a terrible discrimination. What's that? Hilarious. We got some boxes. Peace and love. Be easy. Tell your moms I said peace. I can't appreciate your mom. Give thanks. Tell your mom Debbie Allen I said what's up. I bet maintenance and her renovations would be easier to manage. She got a sidekick. She got a green sidekick calling on a payphone. Look at Shavu, aka Ghost, and Eddie Winslow. Atlanta is overpopulated. Oh, your friend's built for $16K. They built it for $16K, but he's a contractor, so all the labor costs were avoided. But I helped him a little. It really doesn't look as hard as it seems. ATL is a lot, and rent is expensive. You have to live outside of the city, basically. I would live in a mobile home. I would get a double wide trailer. The traffic in Atlanta is god-awful, Bailey. It is terrible. There's a lot to do, and the people are dope. Movie stars have trailers. Let's remove the stigma from trailers. Some are very nice. Some trailers are extremely nice. I mean, but it's like some trailers cost more than tiny homes. I've seen like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 trailers, like campers and like RVs and shit. Them shits be nice as fuck on the inside. And on the outside, like, they be shiny, new. They got bedrooms, they got kitchens. Like, they got indoor plumbing. Some of them have the little curtains over the windows. Like, and some people, like, you know, they live in them. They just travel. Or, like, kitted out. People that live in those, like, kitted out school buses and kitted out vans, that van life and shit. Some people put a lot of money into that shit. Just because it's, like, mobile or, like, smaller doesn't necessarily mean it's, like, cheaper. If you look at double wide trailers, some of them look really nice. I was thinking about living outside of Atlanta. I don't like living around a bunch of people. Still thinking about it. Yeah. They do cost more. Trailers and mobile homes are two different things. I feel like a mobile home is definitely different from a trailer. I feel like trailers are similar to RVs and campers. Mobile homes are kind of like, I feel like they look different. Mike Epps is fucking crazy in this movie. What you doing? He cut his tongue out. I thought you said cut it out. This nigga. Crazy. My coworker is doing that decked out van life. She's doing it with her husband for 1 year. Where are they gonna go, Ebony? Where are they gonna go? Are they gonna go places? People should be careful about that in the system right now. There's a bunch of docs on it. Stop fucking around, man. I want a small home because I like my space. If you have a family, I don't know. I just need to breathe. I feel that way too. I've seen people, like, it seems like a group of people, a family that move into one of those. It's like, if it's like a mom and a dad and 2 kids, it's just not enough space. Yeah, this nigga don't listen at all. I thought you said cut it out. He cut out his tongue. You need to stop giving him orders. The mobile homes are nice. I live with a family member that had one. I don't have any kids, not in a relationship, and tired of people. I feel like if you're solo dolo, they can cost a lot depending on what it's equipped with. RVs and campers are mobile. Some campers are huge. Mobile homes are meant to move, pick up and go, but the cost is high. Yeah. Gooch. I said cheeseburgers. He fucking sat on this nigga that was sleeping on the couch. What the fuck is this? I wouldn't even fucking buy no drugs from these niggas. Right. I just want to get down to business or be out. This is like the most cheapest, shadiest trap house ever. My man. Right, the boy in blue. I be out. And it's that good shit, that pure shit. That's some good shit. Look, he said don't tell them where they at, because then they could rob us. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, cousin. Children need a place to run around. They be pooping and peeing everywhere. No thanks. Don't worry about where we got them. Right, where's it going? I'm your man. Fuck them. I'm your man. Regina Hall's hosting the BET Awards. I'm excited. I think she's going to do a good job. She's not corny. When are the BET Awards? I've seen quite a few people talking about them. Did they just get announced? Y'all know I'm like unplugged. Real hot. No risk. I'd never live in a mobile home. I need a house I could pull up to and park. Trailer sounds cool, but I'm gonna go find me a 3-bedroom, 2-story in Forney, Texas. Yeah, I think I would like a house. And like you can buy a small house, like a duplex or like a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath, something for $100K. Or less, depending on where it is. Depending on where you want to live is where it really it's really the region. Nah, 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 nah. What I look like? Boo Boo the Fool? Boo Boo the Fool? What I look like? Boo Boo the Fool? Mike Epps is hilarious. Buddy, it's been real. He never says what his name is. Still not watching, but she's a good call. Mm. I'm getting... we better come up like a motherfucker. And I'm gonna say, nah. Yes, I'm gonna get a new Cadillac. Everybody gonna want to ride with me. I'm gonna say no. Keep forgetting the BET Awards still comes on. Don't watch TV. June something. Want a home on the East Coast, West Coast, and a vacation home somewhere. Yes, a smaller house is easily under 90K. Right, exactly. Smaller home in the Midwest. They so stupid, Sasha. First home won't be worth more than 80K, I'm hoping. I need a house with a little garden, a plant. She stopped to get food. This nigga got a... pissing me off. The number doesn't work. If you shut up, I could finish. 9, you stupid bitch. No, not 5. 9. 9, you stupid bitch. You stopped to get food, didn't you? What's that, garlic? That shit was good. Got something to eat, didn't you? Didn't you? So what? I was hungry. You shouldn't have spit in my food. They were such a funny couple. You got something to eat, didn't you? Didn't you? That would be me. You stopped to get something to eat. No? Yes, I did. I need space. I sing, get loud, and dance and move. Because of space here. You need a lot of space, Queen Brittany? Oh, you want to move to the other side? I'm going to Texas next year. I'm come see you. She's literally me, the boy in blue. It didn't come. It wasn't delivered to them. She's like, no. It wasn't delivered. I don't know. The fucking next day air. The NDA dude. That's why I had that bug-eyed look on his face. No, it was because he was high. I hate automated shit. Oh my gosh, you left and came back, Just Nickel. When are y'all gonna see it? Later on tonight? Boo, Simone. This dude in the mirror practicing. Nah, we're still going, Just Nickel. We're watching Next Day Air and talking about would we want to live in a regular house or a little house or a mobile home or a camper RV or the van school bus life. I'm 36 minutes in. I don't know when yet. Why will you be in VA in July? Are you moving there or are you just going there to visit? Oh, somebody said about Dionne Warwick saying Beyonce's not an icon. No, I don't agree at all. I think that's weird. B's an icon, full stop. Fuck what Dionne Warwick says. Please, you work for NDA. Okay. Ooh. With your flat asses. Oh, I get the finger, huh? Okay, black real estate convo. Mar want to live in a treehouse. Oh, you in the car driving home. Yeah. Just to visit. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know yet. It's not planned yet. So, I haven't planned it yet, Brittany. So, we have like a little ways away. Probably not the summer. Probably the fall. I don't know. I really don't know, though. I have no idea. I'm not going to say because I really don't. She's an icon in the cultural sense, but I heard someone say she doesn't have timeless music, and I'm kind of on the fence about that. Beyonce does have timeless music. What? Beyonce's whole first 2 albums are timeless. Dangerously in Love and B-Day are both timeless classics. Sorry, not sorry. And this is somebody that's not even a Beyonce fan like that. But y'all know I really enjoyed her first 2 albums. And all her music with Destiny's Child is also timeless. But I am a Destiny's Child stan. So maybe I'm biased. And maybe some people would say that doesn't count because that was music with Destiny's Child and not solo music, which I do think is fair. But so if we're talking about Beyonce as a solo artist, her first 2 albums are definitely classics. Like, Beyonce has timeless music. Me, Myself, and I is a classic. That's like really a classic record. Dangerously in Love is like a classic love song. Deja Vu is a great song, classic. Like, Signs with Missy Elliott is a wonderful song, a classic. Like, Green Light is a classic. If you want to, I got the green light. Give it to mama. B-Day was a classic. B-Day is a classic fucking record, start to finish. And Beyonce has iconic, timeless singles. Irreplaceable is iconic and timeless. Single Ladies, Sorry Not Sorry is the iconic and timeless single. I think Upgrade You is a great single, timeless, classic. Upgrade You is a really good like pop R&B song. Like, Beyonce was making some really, really good like timeless pop and R&B. Upgrade You is a great song. I really enjoy Halo. I really enjoy Video Phone. Sugar Mama is good. Hi, Tim. Single Ladies, Formation. Beyonce has had at least like more like she's had somebody hit his ass. Somebody hit their storage unit. They had the money in there. They had the machine in there. Shit. You know it wasn't me. You do know I didn't take it, right? Shove. Of course it was the nigga that worked there. Look. Of course it was the nigga that worked there. When you change the game in the music industry, you become an icon. I guess I feel like Dionne Warwick is more iconic, but just to me, since she made that song for Valley of the Dolls, that's like a totally different generation. Like, she said Beyonce isn't a legend, has a long way to go. I agree. Icon and legend are different to me. What makes Beyonce not a legend? What the fuck is you doing? Like, I'm curious. What makes Beyonce not a legend? I'm just leaning. No, I haven't seen Umbrella Academy. B-Day is a classic album. I have to agree. I loved Umbrella Academy. Beyonce is an icon. Beyonce does have timeless music. I think Dionne is looking for straight ballads, and Beyonce doesn't mix. Flaws and All is like a beautiful song. Resentment is a great song. I'm not used to seeing you bitch like this. Calm down. I need folks to sit down. Beyonce does have a long career still left ahead of her, but there's no doubt in my mind she'll be relevant 20 years from now. B-Day is a classic and iconic. It has Freakum Dress. Dion paved the way. It took a long way to get to where she is. As a solo artist and in a group, Beyonce is an icon. Sasha Fierce and 4 always sound a little dated, but maybe needs more time for me to acknowledge. I didn't like Sasha Fierce or 4 either. But, like, what does not, like, okay, so we trying to say now that being a legend and being an icon means that everybody has to love every single thing you've ever put out? That seems excessive. So we're trying to say that because Sasha Fierce and 4, which I did not like, which I really hated, actually. So we're trying to say that because Sasha Fierce and 4 came out, that somehow, like, X's out B-Day and Dangerously in Love. I feel like I don't understand what is the logic. Like, oh, you had some songs that I personally didn't like, so you're not an icon? I feel like that's extreme. And I didn't like Sasha Fierce or 4 like that, personally. But, like, so what? So what? That doesn't, like, undo what Beyonce has done. Just because she made some shit I didn't like. Like, I don't understand this argument. What is this argument? Get Me Bodied. Get Me Bodied is a classic. Get Me Bodied is gonna be a song that, like, people play at, like, cookouts and, like, that, like, in 30 years, people are still gonna be playing, like, Get Me Bodied, Get Me Bodied, Get Me Bodied. It's, like, one of those type of songs. People are still gonna be playing that song. I feel like people are a little bit unfair. A little teeny tiny bit unfair. It's not about if you thought it was trash or not, though, Richie. That's not the point. Y'all really think your personal opinions matter. Your personal opinion doesn't matter. Like, the cultural impact and legacy of the song is what makes Beyonce an icon and a legend. You personally liking it, who fucking cares? Beyonce made a lot of shit that I didn't personally like, but so what? That's what I mean when I say I'm not a hater. Like, I can give people their props. Like, I can give credit where credit is due. I don't have to personally like it, but I don't think the world revolves around me, like, and my personal taste, because it really doesn't. Like, I could still give her credit. Ain't that him? They're really driving around looking for the NDA man. And they got the wrong NDA nigga. They think they have fucking the nigga from Clueless, but they have Mos Def. Give me the shotgun. She said, here. Why I gotta stay in the car? She got the shotty from out the back. Here. Freakum Dress is my shit. Kitty Cat. Sir, do you have an account with NDA? Kitty Cat, Crazy in Love. People still sing Destiny's Child to this day. Give it to mama. Oh, you done sold that shit already? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. He better be like, baby, I don't think this is him. She told him turn around. He trying to give him all the jewelry. Fake gold. I wasn't trying to insinuate that you did. She has songs people know inside and out. She told him turn all the way around. He's turning around. He's doing a circle. You said all the way. I don't even think that's him. That's not him. Y'all have a whole lot of niggas that work for NDA. Sugar Mama, Single Ladies, Formation, Get Me Bodied, Work It Out, Be With You, Hip Hop Star, definitely Get Me Bodied, Beyonce with Some Funk is a hit. Nothing Out There For Me and Signs Are Iconic. I need Missy and B to collab immediately. There was no skippable track on B-Day. Baby Boy. I liked her last visual album, Lemonade, Freakum Dress, B-Day was the shit. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. Let's see my jam, Brittany. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Oh. Bailey. Okay, y'all, point is made. Beyonce is our generation. I think it would be easier to ask which of Beyonce's songs aren't timeless. This movie is a mess, Sasha. It's so much happening. I will. What else does Beyonce have to do at this point? That's what I'm curious about. For the people that say that she's not legendary or iconic, what would put her over the top for you? Like, what are you waiting for? That's what I'm curious about. Like, yeah, what would it take? I Was Here is a great song. I really enjoyed Umbrella Academy. I liked it. I'm going to watch it. I just haven't watched it yet. Beyonce is an icon, not a legend. I like Sasha Fierce, If I Were a Boy, Ave Maria. No one likes everything anyone has put out. There are people who didn't like MJ. Sasha Fierce had Radio and Halo, was off the chain. Dion was great, but she was not the girl of her time. Now, if Tina or Diana said it, it will hold more weight. I'm not the only... You're not the only one, Kari. Those 2 middle albums ain't it, but others love them. Yeah. I didn't like 4 or Sasha Fierce at all. A legend is someone who could stand the test of time, and I think Beyonce is in that category. I liked only a few songs on Sasha Fierce and 4, but that doesn't undo anything she did. Even if you hated Sasha Fierce, it was still a huge cultural moment objectively. Single Ladies was huge. But what would it take for Beyonce to be considered a legend is the question. She didn't say B wasn't an icon. She said she wasn't a legend. And the whole interview was thrown out of context. It's like saying Michael was a legend after his first album and success with the Jackson 5. Beyonce has been out for 20 years. Like, no, like, what? Like, what are you talking about? It's not the same as saying that Michael was a legend after his first album, which Michael absolutely was a legend. The Jackson 5 absolutely were instant legends. But Beyonce's not a new artist. Beyonce's been in the game 20 years. She has 6 albums. Like, I don't, like, what are y'all saying? What am I missing? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't, like, what are we talking about? I'm not discrediting Dionne Warwick. No one has answered the question of what does Beyonce have to do to be considered a legend. You tried to make the comparison of calling Michael Jackson a legend after his first album. Beyonce's 20 years and 6 albums in the game. What type of false equivalence is that? She's not 1 album in. So why would that be some type of standard for Beyonce? Like, what? I don't understand. I really don't. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what the argument is supposed to be. What is the argument? Because Beyonce's not 1 album in. What would it take for her to be considered a legend? Who can answer? The people that don't consider her to be one. I want to know. What would it take? So that's what I want to see in the chat. This a good one? Yeah, this a good one. Got my rope, my padlock, my tape. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Everybody knows that. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Oh. Like, before you start all that lying and shit. People are clearly hating on Beyonce. So many other vocalists that Dionne Warwick could have used as an example. Sasha Fierce and 4 are okay, but her first album, B-Day, self-titled, and Lemonade really are good, if not great. Every single thing an artist does won't be likable, but that doesn't take away from what they do. Right. It's very weird. Like, it's weird. Look, how you get robbed by the motherfuckers, like, working in the storage space? Also, Love on Top will be played at reunions and cookouts. I also feel like Party with J. Cole and Andre 3000 is a little bit of an underrated song. Like, we like to party. That's going to be played at cookouts. That's like a really cute song. I really like, that song makes me feel good when I hear it. And I really like the homecoming version of it also. I Still Care is my shit. Makes me cry without fail every time. Beyonce's far past that point in her career than Michael was when he left the Jacksons. It's really not a fair comparison. This movie was very charming and hilarious, The Boy in Blue. This movie is so charming and hilarious. Beyonce, Dance for You, Drunk in Love, One Plus One. Those will be couple wedding songs forever. I really like Flaws and All. That's a really nice song. Look at Cassidy. I get that. I'm just saying she's not at legend status yet. She definitely will be, though, with more time. So you just think more time? She just needs to have... What is the cut? 30 years? 40? 50? Like, what does it take? Her self-titled album was a game changer, too. Dangerously in Love gets to me every time. Beyonce has more than proven herself. The metric system that they put on her is strange. And, like, Beyonce's literally been in the game 20 years. She needs more time? More time? Okay. Yo! Beyonce has more than proven herself. People need to take seats. I think Beyonce and Solange need to do a joint visual album. I don't want Beyonce and Solange to do any music together. They have totally different styles. Beyonce needs to breastfeed orphans for me to see it, said the haters. I didn't like 4 or Sasha Fierce. It'd probably take for her to be a man. People throw men legendary status all the time. I don't think anyone's trying to discredit Dionne Warwick. The question is, what does it take? What will it take? What will it take? I'm still, what will it take? Without her, none of the girls would be here. B is great, though, no doubt. I think sexism and misogyny are at play. With time, she's been around 2+ decades and still on top. How much time do you need? She sells out shows. Everyone knows her name. She's been in the game for a long time. She's a legend, but I understand that people hear that as being towards the end of their career or in times that someone moved on from their heyday and she's still hot. So Beyonce will never be a legend as long as she's hot? So she has to fall off before people will let her get legendary status? That doesn't sound completely out of pocket. Look at her doing this ritual. Look at her doing this brujeria shit to protect him. I really like that they included this scene, too. This was an interesting scene. She's, like, really doing it, too. Baby, get the yayo. Kari, the super chat. Thank you, Kari. Maybe that wasn't the best comparison. She's great and has great music, but she's not a legend just yet. Legend status takes time and a bit more experience than just 20 years. She's on her way for sure. She, like, got the picture of him. She kissed it and put it in there. Won't light that shit on fire. There go Lauren again. So, 30 years? 40? I'm curious. I like Dance for You as well. Party was played to death here, and I love it. Beyonce got to release footage of her explicitly popping her kids out for her to be a legend. It sounds like people just want to give her time, but I feel like if Beyonce never performed or put out another project again in 20 more years, you still have to give her that legend status. Superpower is a good song, too. How much time is needed? I'm confusion. This thing got the gun. Like it's the phone. They gave Adele the legendary title as soon as she came out, but over here fussing about B. Beyonce held down the 90s, early 2000s, and is still relevant. Very few have done this. They need her to have more time on a 20-year career. She was 15 in that Get on the Bus video. She's proven herself. Beyonce and Solange do not need to be singing together, but they do harmonize good together. Beyonce gets so much hate, unfortunately. Bye, Kari. That's the crazy thing. We shitting on Sasha Fierce and Forbes. They dropping bops from those albums. Single Ladies, Halo, Dance for You, Party. I mean, like, all of Beyonce's albums, even the ones you didn't like, had at least one good song. I can admit that, because I'm not a personal hater. Like, I'm not a hater. What will it take? Even the stuff we don't like, we like. What the fuck's going on? Half the drag queens be impersonating B. Even, you're right, even her worst albums have hits. The question remains, what makes someone an icon or legend? What are the parameters? Right, exactly, the boy in blue. Nobody has been able to answer. Everybody can say that all these people and artists, not even just Beyonce, because people say this about other artists too, like, everybody can say that they're not icons or legends. But when you say, okay, well, what will it take? Nobody has an answer. Meanwhile, they're in a rush to say some bullshit like Ariana Grande took Mariah's spot, but we can't decide that Beyonce is a legend. I do think there might be a little bit of internalized racism at play here. A little bit. I think there might be some internalized racism at play. A little bit. It's hate if you can't fucking explain what your critique is, Jalev84. That's what makes it hate. No one has been able to answer the question of what does Beyonce need to do to become iconic and legendary. If you can't answer the question of what she needs to do, you can only say that you don't think that she is one, then yes, you're a fucking hater, period. Sorry. You're a hater. If you can articulate what's your problem and why she should not be considered an icon or a legend, what she needs to do, then I feel like then you have an opinion. But if you can't, you're just a hater. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not. But I think that does make you a hater if you can't articulate what makes someone an icon or a legend, but you're quick to say somebody's not it. How do you know somebody's not it if you don't even know what it is? How do you know somebody's not it if you don't even know what it is? And yeah, you can't, like, why? Okay, so for you personally, Simone, I'm asking you personally. How would you define a legend or an icon? How would you personally define one? Ooh, you would? Good to know. You kill me. Nah, you said what you really feel. You said what you really feel, Gooch. So whenever somebody's ready to let me know what it takes for iconic and legendary status, I'm waiting. Since y'all could tell me what ain't it, what is it? Like, I'm waiting whenever y'all want to chime in. Get your ass in here. You, get your ass in here. Legend has been with time and not just hits. There have been plenty of one-hit wonders. Are you trying to say Beyonce's a one-hit wonder? What does that have to... Okay. Legend has been with time and not just hits. There have been plenty of one-hit wonders. What time was hits? Yes, Beyonce has been staying relevant for a long time. She just still has a little bit more to go. Are you trying to imply that Beyonce is a one-hit wonder? I'm really asking. Because if you're saying that what it takes to be an icon and a legend is to have longevity, have a long time in the game, and to be more than a one-hit wonder and to have multiple hits, how has Beyonce not hit all of those points? Unless you're trying to say that she didn't hit those points. If that's your definition of an icon or a legend, is longevity in the game, multiple hits, and staying relevant. Which it seems like that's what your statement says. So how has Beyonce not hit with having time and not just hits? Because there have been plenty of one-hit wonders. So how has Beyonce not hit if that's the criteria? And I know you know where. Take your time. If I was you, I would think real hard before I said anything. I'm pretty sure Beyonce has done everything required. Beyonce's been in the game since the early 90s, and people are still saying she's not a legend. What the fuck? When she was in the group Girls' Time. I'm mad. Why isn't B considered a legend when Gaga is? Fuck that one more time argument. We throw that legend status at Lauryn Hill, and she put out one project. Right. I feel that way too. Like, okay, nobody would argue that Lauryn Hill is not an icon or a legend, and she only put out literally one project. And I think she's an icon or a legend. Beyonce's image, her persona, her speaking voice have been imitated and portrayed. So Bailey said to be a legend would be iconic, recognizable music, real stage presence, performance ability. I always factor in style because iconic looks are important. So will we say that Beyonce has hit all these categories? I think this is a fair definition too, Bailey. Iconic, recognizable music, real stage presence, performance ability, style. Would we feel that Beyonce has hit all those spots? You don't have to be a hater. I just think it's a difference of opinion. It's way too many definitions of legend and icon simply to put in one comment. Some feel she's already there and others don't. But I just feel like if you don't feel she's an icon or a legend and you can't express why, yes, I do think that makes you a hater. And that's my opinion. Since we're talking about a difference of opinions, that's my opinion. If you quick to be like, well, somebody is not XYZ and you can't express why, and you can't express what it is, but you could say what it ain't, you a hater and you don't know how to give constructive criticism. And that's my opinion on that. I feel like that's also a good litmus test. If you can look back at an artist's discography and enjoy something from every album that they put out, then I'd say they're legendary, iconic. And like, we're not even talking specifically about like Beyonce, obviously, in general. I'm going to read again what Bailey said. Iconic, recognizable music, real stage presence, performance ability, style, iconic looks. Can you look back at an artist, this is what Davey said, can you look back at an artist's discography and enjoy something from every album that they put out? I'd say they're legendary, iconic. Mariah Carey is the queen of Christmas. Ariana Grande will never take her spot. I would say Lady Gaga is also iconic. It's like this much racism, Spudge Dummy. Here it come. I hate that Mariah and Ariana are compared at all. The only thing similar about them is their voice, and I still believe Mariah has more range. I mean, even if it's a difference of opinion, your opinion has to stand on something. Exactly. Like, I mean, you could be of the opinion that the moon is motherfucking made out of cheese. Yeah, that could be your opinion, but what is that shit based off of? Nothing? Okay. Donna Summer is a legend and an icon. Isn't an icon somebody who impacts their art form so heavily that they change the landscape? Beyonce has done this numerous times. She's an icon. Is Toni Braxton a legend? I would say Toni Braxton is a motherfucking legend, absolutely. A line 10 meant. Like, legendary music, iconic songs and hits, looks that stood the test of time, music that has stood the test of time. Unbreak My Heart is a timeless, iconic, classic song, and she has several of those. Is Toni Braxton a legend? She came out early 90s. We have to honor legends. Just Nichols said, consistent hits, innovation, originality, inspires others, is used as a blueprint, and time, longevity makes a legend. Yeah. And does Beyonce not hit every one of those? Consistent hits, innovation, originality, inspires others, or is used as a blueprint, and time, anything over 10 years. I also agree that like style, which could be like your musicality, your like what type of impact are you having on pop culture, the pop culture landscape, the popular culture? I think objectively, I'm being dead serious. I think objectively, like, Beyonce has accomplished enough in her career to be considered a legend. Objectively, I do believe that's fair. Cocaine. Even more ironic that Robin Thicke made this song. Cocaine. Originality is huge. Beyonce is legendary to me. She's checked all the boxes. Prince is a legend. MJ is a legend. Beyonce is a legend. So just more time than 20 years. So you just feel like just because she hasn't gotten... So 30? I'm curious, Simone. Don't even try that shit. You know that shit ain't it. This nigga was high. That's what happens when you're high on the job. Right, with your high ass. Sometimes. And I walked out. Right. This nigga put it in the wrong here. I told you. The girl is like, I told you. You shut up. Both y'all shut up. Nigga dropped their shit off at the wrong place. Fucking dickhead. Stupid ass. Fucking dickhead. Beyonce, even as a solo artist, has been in the game for a long time and has had multiple hits. A little bit more time to go sounds kind of like a slaver mentality. Someone like Elvis Presley is considered a legend. We know he's worse than trash. Sorry, Sponge Dummy, that was funny. Both Prince and Michael gave Beyonce her props, so as far as I'm concerned, her icon status is solidified. Hi, Alexia. Bye, Alexia. Thank you for Super Chat. I think B is iconic, but not a legend yet. I see people like Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, Patti LaBelle as legends. B got hits, but no legendary songs that will play for years to come. Okay, like, seriously, let's be fair. Like, is this not... Are we not just saying this just because Beyonce is a contemporary artist? She's a right now artist that we all know. Do you really... And it's fine if you do, if this is your opinion. Now, this is really, like... This is really... Could be, like, just someone's personal opinion. You really believe that Beyonce has hits but absolutely no legendary songs that will be played for years to come? You really genuinely believe that Beyonce doesn't have any legendary song? Like, I feel like that's a little delusional. People already have, like, people already play Beyonce songs that are well over 10 years old. Like, Crazy in Love is already well over 10 years old. All the songs from off of B-Day are already like... Didn't B-Day come out in, like, 2007? And, like, we're in 2019. Like, really? Are we really genuinely trying to make the argument that Beyonce doesn't have songs that are going to be played for years to come? How much of this is because Beyonce is a contemporary artist and her music is just music that we're familiar with? So we're not, like, really, like being fair. I'm sorry. I don't think this is a fair argument. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a delusional argument. A little bit. Because Beyonce already has songs that are over a decade old that are played. So, I feel like it's just because the songs are popular. I feel like people kind of are hating. A little bit. A little teeny tiny bit. Like, I feel like people are hating a little bit. That is because the songs are popular and have remained popular, that people associate that with, like, the songs not being shit. But Beyonce literally already has songs that are over a decade old that still get play. So how is the argument that Beyonce doesn't have songs that we're going to play in years? I That's already false now in 2019. It's a little delusional. We were just talking about not exactly the same thing, but I want to do a video on how to niggas define a flop, because I feel like people also get delusional when we start talking about flops too. Because people will be like, people have confused flop with I didn't like it. And I also think people have gotten like icon legendary status confused with I didn't like it. Like, well, I didn't like it, so that shit was a flop and it's not iconic. No, that just means you didn't like it. That's all it means. That's all it means. That's all it means. Shootout. Gooch. You want war, motherfucker? Hi, Clarissa. Beyonce has hit all of these categories. I was watching Next Day Air. It's my cousin, bitch. No one can definitively say why Beyonce is not a legend or why her music isn't legendary. Right? It always just boils down to like, well, it's just my opinion. Well, if your opinion is not actually based on anything she's done in her musical career and she's a musician, that makes you a hater. And that's just, again, my opinion. You just like, well, I'm just saying she's not a legend and that's not based on anything she's done in her music career. But we're talking about her music career. Okay. Well, I can't change your mind. Like, people still bump Crazy in Love, the song and the album. You can go anywhere in the world and say Beyonce, any person will know who you're talking about, just like Michael Jordan, etc. If Beyonce were to die, people will come out the woodwork saying she's an icon and legend. I kind of feel like apparently that's what it will take, Sketchnificent. People have no issue calling Selena or Amy Winehouse icons, and they both died early in their career. Beyonce has stood the test of time and impacted culture, and she's still relevant. I feel like the fact that she is still relevant is why people refuse. They want her to die or fall off. But that's not fair. That's not fair to her. I hate that y'all make me defend Beyonce. It makes me so angry. I've said why what it is to me several times. B's gonna get hers either way. She's just not there yet. She still has more to do despite already doing great. So someone can't. So do we feel like legend? So we feel like if somebody gets there again, I feel like this just means that you have to die or fall off to get legend status. Because it sounds like we're equating legend status with being done. Because the fact that you said she still has more to do makes it sound like you're saying since she still has more to do, she's not a legend. So legend means finished with your career and then you become a legend. So as long as you're still doing more, you can't be a legend. Isn't living legend a phrase for this very reason? I would respect folks more if they just come out and say they don't like her and don't have a good reason. You can't refute Beyonce's impact. Her impact is a fact. Beyonce's career mirrors that of Diana Ross, having been in a very popular, well-known group and being influential and successful on her own for a long time. So that's true. People are really wary to give the legend title to folks that are still active and alive. I'm feeling like that's what it is. Dionne Warwick said there's no one out now that has classic music, and she said even Beyonce doesn't have classic music. She said 20 years in isn't enough. See, now I disagree with that. I disagree. Prince is a legend. Like, Beyonce does have some classics. Like, if you're at a cookout and, like, party comes on, people gonna be jamming. Because we like to party. Like, people will jam. I feel like my litmus test is, do you have some cookout music? Do you have some music I could put on at the cookout? And all ages, the old folks, the little kids, gonna get up and dance and know the song? And does Beyonce have a song I could put on in a cookout 10 years from now and the same thing will happen? She has a few. I think that gets her up there. God, if this is your way to tell me stop smoking weed, I hear you. I hear you. 30 years we'll revisit this conversation and people will likely say the same things. Beyonce could sing in 9 octaves, different languages. MJ gave her major props. She's an amazing performer, an incredible dancer, all-around gifted woman. She is a legend. This is hateration at this point. Given how fleeting the music industry is, especially now, I feel like anything 10 plus of years of consistency is a fair and good marker. That's just me, though. Folks never want to give Beyonce her props. So you gotta be like 50 to be a legend. Yeah, I kind of feel like people also think Beyonce's like too young. It's like, I'm gonna pull a gun on this bitch. The shotty. You don't want this. Get your ass back in that apartment. Shavu has songs now that are timeless and will stand. Oh, Shavu, that's the name of the fucking dude from Next Day Air. Beyonce has songs now that are timeless and will stand the test of time. And the elevator gonna finally come. The elevator gonna come. So Beyonce has to die or be retired to be a legend or suffer a downfall. Why can't she be a legend and still be popping? Crazy in Love already plays during the summer. Beyonce's been making hits for 20 years. It's really hard. This is what people hate to do. They hate to give props to those that are already on top. Sadly, they'll acknowledge that Beyonce is a legend when it's too late, like always. She's got to die. Then and only then will she receive her props. Dion said becoming an icon and sustaining is something she doubts Beyonce could achieve. I feel like has Beyonce not already done that? That's why I feel like some of these arguments are a little bit disingenuous. Like saying Beyonce doesn't have hits that will be played in years. Is that not something that Beyonce has not already accomplished? Like, saying that you doubt Beyonce will have longevity in her career or be able to sustain, is that not something Beyonce has not already accomplished? I be feeling like I'm in the Twilight Zone listening to some of these arguments. I'm sorry. A little bit. She really did put that protection on him. Baby, get the yayo. Get the yayo. Get the yayo. Get the yayo. Go, get it. Crazy in Love, Formation. I mean, I would do this too, though. Like, take the shit and go back to my apartment. And then if the cops come knock on my door, be like, I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything. I don't know. I wasn't even here. I wasn't home. I just got home. Crazy in Love, Formation, Single Ladies, Get Me Bodied, Irreplaceable. Single Ladies still gets play. Crazy in Love still gets played on the radio. It's a lot of hating. Hi Vanity. Irreplaceable is a breakup anthem. Get Me Bodied still gets played at every party and people go crazy. Yeah, like pat your weave, ladies. Pat your weave, ladies. Watch it while he check up on it. Like, Beyonce has songs that are already like really approaching like straight up cookout status, cause they're already old. Like, they're songs from the early 2000s. We about to be in 2020. Like, these songs are already old. Beyonce's not old because she was fucking making hits at 17, but the songs are old. People use flop way too casually. Beyonce needs to live and thrive. She is a legend. When people say you don't appreciate something till it's gone, this is the type of shit they're talking about. If Beyonce died tomorrow, people would be singing a way different tune. Most legendary artists that stay consistent over a long period has some kind of dip, and Beyonce has not. Everybody got played out. A lot of people are confused about flop. Yeah. Hi, Will 2 Games. I think what they mean is when she gets older, passes no time soon. Yeah, the movie, Sasha. Folks are entitled to their wrong opinions. Yeah. I mean, and this is not even just like a Beyonce conversation. Because, like, we were having the same conversation in Discord about Britney Spears. People said they feel like Britney Spears is like not an icon, and I was just like, Britney Jean Spears that gave us "Oops, I Did It Again" and "Hit Me Baby One More Time" and "Lucky" and "Toxic" and "Circus" and "If You See Kami" is absolutely an icon. I'm sorry, like she changed the pop culture landscape. Sorry, like I'm sorry, you just have to accept it. Mar, I'm hella sauce with this debate. Oh, the thrift store's closed, Kari. You can be a legend and still have more to do. I don't, Queen Brittany. I don't. But I'm just not a Beyonce hater. And I feel like people hate on her for no reason. I don't think that's fair. Like, I hate when people pick on an easy target. And I feel like Beyonce has gotten so big that, like, she's an easy target. Like, it's sort of easy to, like, bring up her name. And people bring up her name a lot in these type of discussions in a way that I feel like is unfair. And I don't like people getting picked on. That's just not what I'm about. Even if I don't like you, I'm not gonna be with you getting picked on. That's not cool. I hate you, Just Nickel, so much. I'm tired of this idea that black joy and success is somehow limiting their full potential. It's very binary. Like, they're not a legend. They still have more to do. What does the one have to do with the other? You could be a legend and still have tons to do. The best legends, I think, never really stop, right? Money I get money. I run New York. It's kind of ironic that they're playing this song considering this movie was set in Philly. And the movie's going off. I'm just reading the chat. Because we're having this lively debate now. I'm definitely not Beehive, but I can defend Beyonce because she is relevant and will remain so. Beyonce herself can say that she has more to do. Okay, that's fine. How does that mean she's not a legend? Because she has more to do? So we just think that legend is just like pinnacle of your career and then you fall off or you die instantly after you get that legendary status. I disagree. I don't think you can put a time limit because no one agrees on how long is enough. I may be young, but I'm ready. I really did like that song. To give you all my love. Because we likes to party. That's such a feel-good song to me. Hey, hey, hey. Like, that song makes me feel happy. I told my girls you can get it. Like, we really don't think that's a classic song? Okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, I guess. When it comes to Beyonce, everyone makes excuses. People can't admit they just don't like Beyonce for no reason. It's weird. The 2000s babies will bump Beyonce in 20 or so years, like how the 90s babies bump Aaliyah. You said Simone is strictly a time thing for you. You don't think 20 years is enough. I don't agree. We don't agree. A lot of us don't agree. And I kind of think that that's an unfair marker because that's basically saying that somebody can't fucking become a legend until they're old or dead. Which, I don't like that as a benchmark for legendary status. You have to be elderly or dead. What if you're making, like, amazing, groundbreaking work while you're young? You have to die young for your work to matter. Like, people consider Aaliyah a legend, and Aaliyah and Beyonce were peers. Aaliyah just died young. So if Aaliyah was still alive right now and still making music, she wouldn't be considered a legend. But if her body of work that she had already made up until her death didn't change, if it was exactly the same, but she lived and she kept making music, and she was still alive right now and she was still relevant, we wouldn't consider her a legend. But she died, and so we consider her a legend, but the body of work itself is exactly the same. So that means it's not about the actual body of work. It's not about the music. But we're supposed to be talking about art and artists. It seems like it's a very weird marker. Like Basquiat, we don't like Basquiat died at 26 from a drug overdose. But in like the short time that he was here on Earth, he like reached legendary iconic status with the art he was creating. So if he had never died and he was still alive and still making art, we wouldn't consider him a legend? That doesn't seem unfair? It's interesting to me. Because we're talking about art. So we're saying that art doesn't have value unless it's old or unless the artist is dead. That's what gives art value? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that as a litmus test of art. That it has to be old or the artist has to be dead. I don't think I like that as a litmus test for legendary artistic status, because we're talking about art. Ultimately, we're talking about art. Get the yayo, Davey. That's not, for example, Prince is just now getting his flowers. Folks have said many times during his lifetime he was watched. The Destiny's Child songs are already classics. Bills, 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 Say My Name, Survivor. Just say you don't like her and go, but don't discredit Beyonce's achievements and success. She's got 20 plus years in and accomplishments. You also have to factor in Destiny's Child. No one discounts the Jackson 5 for MJ. Yes, an artist has to die in order for people to appreciate him or her, and it's sad. Beyonce's been around so long, her music plays on the older and newer radio stations. Right, like they play Survivor on the oldie station. They'll play Dangerously in Love on the oldie station because it's from like 2003. It's old. That's what I'm saying. Like Beyonce has songs that are old. Was that your first time watching it, Sasha? Bye, Davey. I'm gonna go soon too. The movie's off. I'm just reading this conversation. I love that movie, The Boy in Blue. Yeah, you're right, Sasha. You have to say you wasn't home. Britney is an icon. Sorry. Oh yeah, you was the one that said it, Richie. I should have figured it was you. Britney is an icon. Sorry, you won't do it to me today. Slave for You still sounds fresh. I'm a slave. That's a jam. How could Jay-Z be considered a legend? Britney is an icon regardless of what people think of her. Britney Spears is an icon and a legend and everything in between. Jay's a legend at this point too. It's no debate. Oh, that's what I'm saying. How was Jay-Z considered one but not Beyonce? If you include the Destiny's Child song, Beyonce has hits that are literally 20 years old. Imagine if people in the 90s tried to say that Thriller and Off the Wall weren't iconic because they weren't old enough. It's ridiculous. Right! Like, it's a little bit of a weird argument. I'm sorry. Like, well, I mean, Beat It is not that old. So, I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal about Michael Jackson. I mean, and I'm sure there probably really were people that said that, but in hindsight, doesn't it sound ridiculous? Like, a little bit, a tad, a tiny bit. Like, I mean, Michael has been making solo music that long. I think he needs just a little bit more longevity in the game. I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous to me. It's like funny. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's a little bit. It's just a little bit. A little over the top as an argument. People call anybody they don't like a flop. At the cookouts, that shit hit. People always hating on the young chick. I mean, we're talking about the definition of art and iconic and legendary status in art. And essentially, it seems like the argument, Simone, is that the art has to be a certain age or the artist has to be dead. How, if that's not your argument, then what am I misunderstanding? And I think if that's the argument, it's a weird argument. Like, that's the litmus test for art and for an artist to be legendary and iconic is that the art has to be old or they have to be dead. Like, and if that's not the argument, what am I misunderstanding? Otherwise, I do kind of think that's a hating ass argument. I'm sorry, I do. Like, and I can be of the opinion that you're a hater, and that's fine. Doesn't matter. Jay-Z has 13 studio albums under his belt. Jay-Z, Biggie, and Nas are the face of New York hip-hop. More than 20 years if you factor in Destiny's Child. If you could retire right now based on what you've done, you're a legend. Jimi Hendrix died young, and he's considered an icon and a legend. As a former Beyonce hater, I can admit that she's an artist. A lot of Beyonce hate is pure delusion. People will hate on Beyonce but stand other people. That's always been a major problem with art. MJ was a legend before he was 30. Give people their props while they're still here. People do not like to give artists their roses until they die. To me, it's only about the music, not about hits or about how many people know it. It's about the impact of a song had. Some people become legends because they die young, like Billie Jean. It's very morbid. Right. It's very morbid, The Boy in Blue. I agree. It's extremely morbid. Like, well, Beyonce has to have more time. Or like I said, not even just Beyonce. Like, well, artists have to have more time. And yet, young artists that die young will receive legendary and iconic status. So you have to die or get old. It is a little bit morbid. Jimi Hendrix was also a guitar virtuoso. Not many people can do what he did with a guitar. That alone makes him top tier. We can't really use time as an attribute for legendary status. We never know how much time we have. No one is ever satisfied. I guess we got to hear about Beyonce going on a drug binge and see her losing it all. Then she'll be a legend. Super chat, thank you. I don't know. I'm not trying to wait until people are dead or old to give them their props. Because by then they're gone or retired and it's pointless then. Oh, that was your first time seeing Next Day Air, Sasha. I'm glad you watched it. Beyonce uses her voice as an instrument. Not many R&B singers that came out in the last 5 years can do that. Shouldn't we measure legend status by Beyonce's work? She's a musician. We should measure by her music. Time isn't a litmus test for me. It doesn't take that long to know if a song album will stand the test of time or not. We need to give Michael another 10 years and then we'll see. Megan, how does that sound? I personally don't think you said she's trash or that her music is trash. Just want to know, what do you think enough time is for her to be a legend? And the answer is why time is the litmus test. What is the time? I know, once you get the B started, it don't stop. How much time? Yeah, like what's the number? I don't like the idea that someone has to die or waste years of their lives before they get their just due. What makes it a weird argument is that we don't subject other still living artists to that litmus test. Just Beyonce. There are a ton of artists out that use their voice as an instrument. That's what a vocalist does. They don't have the media coverage as Beyonce. Tupac is a legend and he died young. Same with Biggie. Another aspect of legendary status is what do they represent to their fans? They become symbolic. What do they represent to the public at large? Made a great argument about death in years. This must be how they're measuring icon and legend status. What does death itself have to do with propelling people to legendary status? What does it have to do with their body of work, the artist dying? But people want to know, what is the number, Simone? Because you said you don't feel like she's been in the game long enough. You think she needs more time. So people are asking you, what is a concrete number? if 10 years, because Beyonce's solo album came out in like 2003. So if 16 years of a solo career is not enough, plus an additional 10 years before that with Destiny's Child, because Beyonce's 38. She came out when she was 15. So if 23 years in the game is not long enough, which was what you personally said, Simone, that was what you said, you think she needs more time. People are asking you, what is the number? What's the number? Is it 30 years? Is it 40? Is it 50? What's the amount of time before an artist can be considered a legend, since you're saying it's a number thing? And what I said was that it makes me a little bit uncomfortable that we're gauging art by how old it is, or if the artist died, which it seems like that's what it takes to get to legendary status. Is the question. Queen, she was only in 25 years. Okay, well, I'm asking you again to say the number. I'm reading every single comment, so if I missed it, you can tell me again. If you're saying I missed it, what was it? Why is time the litmus test? Whitney did a cover of a song and not many people knew it was originally Dolly Parton's. Whitney is iconic. 20 or 30 years is insufficient. It takes 40 plus. I'm curious. I want to know. I was just listening to Whitney's cover of I Will Always Love You. The voice. The voice. You in your bed sweating, Mar. You in your bed sweating. Sweating. It's hot. It's hot. The chat's heating up. Nuck if you buck. So we apparently all missed the number. So can you tell us what it is? Like we want to know what is the number? What's the number? We're all curious. Apparently we all missed it. Do you have a problem with like telling us what it is? What's the issue? Like we're curious about what is your litmus. I could scroll up. Well, actually I can only scroll up a certain amount of time. Like all this chit chatter and this back and forth, and you could have just like been told us what the number is. Like you the one making it dramatic. What's the problem? Why can't you just restate what it is? Are you just like being difficult just because? Cause like you're saying it's like not that serious and not that big of a deal. So why can't you just restate what it is? Like there's been a lot of like chit chatter that you could have just told us what it is, because we're all curious. We want to know what it is. I mean, yeah, YouTube only lets you scroll up but so far in the chat. You can't scroll back up to the top. So, and I have read every single comment out loud. I've read every single one. I read all the comments out loud. So, I mean, it's possible that I missed it. It's possible. I'm not going to say that it's not. Like, so I want to know what it is. In the last 10 minutes that we've asked you for the number, you have said, sis said a number 30 times, a simple scroll up is all it takes. I mean, but you could also like very simply like type it out again. Again, I don't know why opinions are so dramatic to folks. If you think she's a legend, she's a legend. I don't, so she's not to me. The world goes on. Okay, like that was like a whole paragraph. You could have typed a number there. That was like 2 comments where you could have put the number and didn't. A third comment, I said the number several times. If you missed it, that's tough. So like you won't repeat it again for what purpose? Yet you've typed at least 4 to 5 messages letting us know that you said the number, but you won't say it again. Like, what's the point of that? Am I missing the point? What's the point? It's not no drama. You making it dramatic. Like, you're dragging it. When you could have just told us again. Like, and that's why people say it sounds like hating. Because it's kind of like if you weren't hating, you could have just told us again. Well, I think the number is 70 years. And Beyonce hasn't got there yet. So when she gets there, I'll consider her a legend. Okay. But sending 10 messages about, like, how she's not a legend and refusing to repeat the number again is what kind of makes it seem like you're hating a little bit. That, like, that's what makes it seem like this is not really an honest critique of Beyonce's career, but that it's just bullshit. Like, I can scroll up. Let me look at the time. I can scroll up. Okay. I can scroll up to 428. Where I am is 457. So I'm all the way up in 428 and I'm looking for a number. That was 30 minutes ago, literally. There's one comment. I don't see a number. There's 2 comments. I don't see a number. 3. I don't see a number. I went back 30 minutes. That's how far you can go. 4 comments. I don't see a number. 5. There wasn't a number. I'm really looking. Like, maybe I missed it. I went back 30 minutes. I've counted 5 comments. 6. No. There was no number in that one. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. Okay. 18. Okay, I went back 30 minutes and 18 comments and none of them had a number in them. So, I would like to know what it is. Chris said the new laptop with the dual core processor. I hate you. I really scrolled up and I didn't see one. So, you could type that you're difficult but not a number. My eyes are burning from the laughter. 10,000 years. Okay, Simone, you mad because we called you a hater. That's fine. You can be mad because we called you a hater and because we put you on the spot about your opinion. But if you can't defend your opinion when put on the spot about it, that does make you a hater. And I say that as somebody that fucking says my opinion all day long. But I could defend my opinion without being an asshole for no reason and difficult because I'm not a hater. So, thank you for proving the point that people hate on Beyonce for no reason. Which was like how the whole conversation got started. Like, talking about people hating on Beyonce for absolutely no reason at all. We just saw that play out in real life, in real time. Like, if you weren't a hater, you could have made your case without being difficult, but you are a hater, so you decided to be difficult about it. Like, because it's not that hard to be like, oh, well, I think that the litmus test is 30 years, and I just think that somebody needs a certain amount of time in the game to be a legend, and Beyonce hasn't gotten to that 30 years yet. Okay, that would have been very easy and simple. But deciding to be like, well, I'm not going to say it. Oh, I guess I'm being difficult then. Like, you're being difficult for yourself. Like, you're not being difficult for none of us here in the chat. Right, like, it's not that difficult. It's not that hard. Like, you just spent 30 minutes of your life, like, hating on this woman for absolutely no reason at all. Like, and when people said to you, okay, well, can we hear what your position is? Instead of elaborate on your position, you decided to be difficult about it for no reason whatsoever. Like, as if we don't have these type of conversations in Bees Big every single week, which is, like, a little bit silly. So, That was awesome. We just had a real life demonstration of a hater. Yes, it was great. That was awesome. I appreciated that. Next week, we will be watching A Wrinkle in Time. I will be taking shots every single time the little girl says, "No, Charles Wallace!" I'm going to be drunk within like the first 20 minutes of the movie. So, y'all can look forward to that. You literally didn't say it at all, Simone. Like, you literally didn't say the number. I scrolled up 30 minutes and you never said it, and it's right there in black and white, unless you deleted it. But guess what? This whole entire live chat is going to be saved as soon as the Bees Bake is over. So we can rewatch it and see for ourselves if the number was stated. I scrolled back 30 minutes and it wasn't. And you still had the time to write paragraphs on paragraphs of why you don't like Beyonce, and yet you can't type out a number, which makes you a hater. So, on that note, ta-ta. But you know what? They calling for you to get blocked. And matter of fact, you are being kind of nasty. So how about this? Block from Bees Bake. And guess what? Since you want to be extra, I'll go ahead and I'll block you from the